bit of a slow start to the morning. I had another one of those nights where I woke up really early. I think I woke up about 3:30 and then went downstairs, and then it usually occurs so that I'm just about to nod off, and then my wife comes downstairs with my son at, say, I don't know, 5:45, 6 o'clock, something like that, when he wakes up. And then I get turfed out and chucked back upstairs where I might fall asleep for another hour. And then I've gotten up and had a shower. And that's probably going to feature reasonably often in these vlogs. It's just something that happens to be quite often. I seem to wake up anywhere between like 2 and 4. I seem to wake up reasonably often. Not all the time. Sometimes I'll go weeks, no problems at all. And then other times I'll have just day after day after day of just not sleeping very well. I look pretty tired this morning. So anyway, I've had a shower. I'm just making a cup of tea and I get cracking in the office. Slightly different vlog today. I think I'm just going to show you around my office instead. Oh, I'm having a bit of a day. I haven't recorded hardly anything today because I plan to do a tour of my office, and I recorded this earlier and I kept noticing that the volume meters were quite high, and is a new app that I'm using. I'm recording this on my phone and I didn't think anything of it at the time, but I put it on my computer, had a quick look, and the audio is completely unusable. So I'm going to have to do that again, which I'm going to do now. So I'm using the wide angle camera for this. I hope it's not too kind of fish-eyed, so it just gives you a bit of a better idea. But basically, when you come in the door, this is the view that you get. I just want to say at this point, I'm not going to cover the desk. I will cover the desk in a different video. There's too much stuff on it to kind of cover like in a quick vlog. So the first thing is there's a doormat, and I bought this from Amazon. I just thought it looked nice and it wasn't very expensive, and underneath it's got this kind of mesh like grippy stuff, so it doesn't slide around all over the floor. So that's good, and it's very helpful because before I got my decking and before I got my path, I was basically walking across in the winter a muddy grassy section of garden, so having a doormat was essential. The doors and the windows are covered by these are blackout blinds. These were custom made, just custom sizes. You can buy them, lots of places online do them, to fit over the door and the window, and they're custom because the door and the window are custom as well. Next to that you've got the consumer unit. Nothing particularly interesting there, just as is. We've got here a light switch. This is for the outside light, which is the one next to it, and then this is a cover stopping me from turning the lights on and off in here because they're controlled via LifeX instead. Below the window is the 800 watt Herschel infrared panel heater. This is absolutely brilliant. If I was building a new house, I would never go near gas. I would just install these. They can be mounted to the ceiling, they can be mounted to the walls. They're really easy to fit, and you can wire them into a fused socket or fused spur or something. And I've got mine on a 3-pin plug because that's what it came with, but you can do it that way. I've also got the kind of, I don't know what it is, like it's not Wi-Fi, but you know, the system RF, I guess, for communicating with the thermostat switched off on this one so that I can control it just via the on-off on a plug, and the plug is a Meros smart plug, and that's controlled via Home Assistant. Then next to that I've just got a very basic cross-cut paper shredder. There's my tripod for filming, and a pair of slippers, because whilst the floor is well insulated, you know, in the winter the hard floor gets a bit colder, so it's nice to have slippers on, especially if you sat down and sort of not moving all that much. Got a plant here. This is a ficus, I think. I've had this for years. I haven't managed to kill it. It's got a watering globe in the back of it as well, so that I can just fill that up and put that in, and then I don't have to worry about watering it so much, and when I see the water globe's empty, that's when I will refill it. So that's helpful, and that's on a little, these used to be speaker stands, so I used to have my speakers on these, but they're behind me now, and there's just some IKEA kind of pots that they're in, and there's another one on this side as well, although this is a spider plant that I was growing from a plant in the house. You know, they shoot off kind of legs every once in a while, and you can kind of pin them down and grow a new one off of it. So that's what I'm doing there. I'd say it hasn't grown very much, but it's probably tripled in size actually in the last kind of few months. Below that, I've got a printer. I've had this printer since 2007. It's never let me down. It's been absolutely brilliant. It's got scanning, you know, copying, printing, and it's old but very good. This is there's some mechanical keyboard stuff in here because I'm going to be building a custom mechanical keyboard at some point this year once I've worked out on all the parts. This is just a wicker drawer unit. It's just got like cleaning cloths, cables, tech that I use often, batteries, battery charger, stationery, all that kind of good stuff, manuals. My wife had it and I've kind of inherited it here. It doesn't fit in with the decor of anything really, but many things don't in here, and I'm more about things being functional and working well so that I don't have to worry about stuff anymore than I am about it looking really, really nice. So that's something you'll get to learn about me. On the walls, we've got, these are IKEA, from IKEA. They've got a dimmer switch on them as well. I don't know where you can see that, just underneath. Yeah, they obviously, I have them turned all the way up, and that's my Lifex GU10 bulbs. This is a Gorilla Pod that I was using to film with the other day, just hanging around there. On here we've got, again, these from IKEA, these kind of pegboards. These are my Bose QC35-2 headphones, which are brilliant, I love those. These are like exerciser things for your hands, which I haven't used for a while. Wallet, I think I've got, what else have I got in here? Cable from the, ooh, was not expecting that. Cable from the microphone I just bought. We've got action camera, some battery chargers, SD cards, things like that. Notebook and a spare pair of Apple headphones. Underneath we've got the Raspberry Pi 3B Plus with a DHT22 temperature and humidity sensor hanging out of it. This is running Home Assistant. That is going to go into the house at some point. I've got to work out how to do that, but that's connected to a Wi-Fi plug. That's the make of the brand. That enables me to turn all of this off via Home Kit, via the Home app on my phone. So if this becomes unresponsive, I can turn this off and on again, and this will come back on. So that's cool. Got a dehumidifier, again on a Meros smart plug. And that kicks in if the humidity runs too high. This can take about 3 days worth of like humidity out of the room. It's 1500 milliliters, and it takes about 500 mil out of a room a day, so that's handy. Moving across, we've got the other pegboard with some things my daughter has coloured in and drawn for me, which I love. I just have to show you this because, you know, proud dad moment. Look at that squirrel. Isn't that a good squirrel? I think it is anyway. I've got another one of those lights, and these are cool because you can angle them any way and they come right out, and you know you can move them around. So I just want something that was a bit more flexible for in here, so I can put them wherever I want. So that's quite nice. Creative speakers, can't remember what they are. They're like multimedia speakers, but they're really good. They sound great, I think. Just laptop case and stuff there. Retro shelf, I'll get to this in a second. That's my security camera. It's a very wide angle Unifi G3 dome camera, and it's great. Moving below that, we've got a whole mess of wires, a Mac Mini and a Time Machine drive and a Drobo, and this controls Plex and some other stuff in my home as well. It's used for like transcoding and media delivery and stuff like that. Then underneath we've got some boxes which just have like confidential documents, personal, business, that kind of thing. This is a fold-out desk. I wanted a desk in here that was separate, that I could kind of get away from, I could sit next to, I could write things on, or, you know, read books on, or, you know, fiddle with electronics on, or whatever. So it folds out. This comes out and clicks, and then comes down, and there. And we've got some pads on the bottom so it doesn't scratch the floor. And then this is a just a cushion for you bring in like a dining room chair, and you can got a chair in here. And then we've got paper, which I'm using as an iPad stand whenever my daughter does the school Zoom calls in here. And then this is a Lenovo 4K display with a Amazon Fire TV stick hooked up to it. It's also got a 4K HDMI switcher behind there as well, so you can press a button and it switches between 3 inputs, which allows you to connect up, say, like a Raspberry Pi, a laptop, and then also the Fire TV as well. So that's pretty cool. Above it actually has got a little shelf. This is my Vigor 130 Draytech modem, which I need to reinstate actually. I currently got a billion modem router Wi-Fi combo thing dialing through to the internet when I was having some problems with it a couple of weeks ago, but because it hasn't broken or done anything weird, I haven't changed it. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I've got a Raspberry Pi 4 in a Argon 1 case there, which is running RetroPie, spare hard drive, and this is a little wireless RF keyboard and mouse for my Raspberry Pi as well. Moving above here, we've got a bit of a retro shelf, so it's just a random collection of fun things. We've got the Google kind of AR, I can't remember what it's called, Google Cardboard, I think, maybe. You put your phone in there, you can look around in AR, it's quite good fun. We've got Metallica, Injustice for All on cassette tape. We've got a cassette tape case, which is for the light next to me. We've got something my daughter made me. I think it's a dragon or a dinosaur or something. We've got the portable television I had as a child. No longer works, obviously, since they did the digital switch over in 2012. A Super Nintendo controller, third-party one. Not the original one that I had, but this is the same one. I managed to find one on eBay. And it's the same with this Quick Shot 2 joystick, which was for the Commodore Amiga 500 we had when I was a kid. And again, not the original, but I found one on eBay, so that's nice. These are Shreddy's Spooky Spoons, and I have them because my sister had one when she was younger, and I wanted to get her one for her 30th birthday, and I found that there was a job lot that came up on eBay, so when they came, I sent her one. I sent another set of them to another YouTuber who collects like retro toys and things from like the 80s and 90s, and then I kept a set for myself, and then there's still a few in the house which the kids use for breakfast and so on, so that's quite good fun. Selection of books, poor selection of books. Most of my Amazon wish list is books, so this will hopefully look much more impressive, and I'll be a little bit more clever at some point, but yeah, for now, just a random selection of books. My original Tamagotchi, my old iPod Classic. The VHS cassette tape case was for this, which was a present my wife got me, and it's someone that upcycles old videotapes. Hang on a second, where is it? There's a button here, and puts lights in them, and this was an actual Jurassic Park VHS. Love Jurassic Park. So yeah, that's that. This is a watt meter. I don't know what the exact word is for it, but you plug something into it, tells you how many watts that device is using, which I thought would be helpful when I was thinking about like solar power and stuff. More on that another day. A whole bunch of Meros smart plugs, which were running things like the Christmas tree lights, porch lights, things like that at Christmas, but they're just kind of here sat waiting for me to think of something to do with them. This is a little microphone which I found when sorting out the loft, that you can press record something into it and then press play again. It doesn't have any batteries, but I had it as a kid and I just wondered if my voice was on it, so I need to find some batteries for it at some point. Underneath that we've got, sorry, I know I'm speaking very quickly, but you know, there's a lot to get through. The Unifi Switch, this is a 60 watt switch, so it powers, it does PoE, so it powers my camera, and it powers this in-wall Wi-Fi access point as well, which covers the office and kind of outside a bit more, which is nice. And below that we've got a Honeywell Tower Fan. I just wanted something slim to kind of sit in the corner here, or be able to put in a corner of a room or somewhere kind of that doesn't need a table basically, and that works really well and it's quite powerful. Cabinet, absolutely nothing really of interest in there except for a scan snap, which is my dad's, and I'm borrowing it to scan photos in, although I haven't done any for a while. Just kind of trying to scan in any family photos that I find as I'm sorting out my loft. Then there's 2 boxes of stuff that came out of the loft, and it's all techie things: wires, keyboards, cables, power adapters, and it all needs to go in a proper box and go in here somewhere. I just haven't worked out exactly what, and I've got to go through it yet, and I'm dreading the thought of doing that. So yeah, I think, is that it? Shall we look around? Have I forgotten anything? I don't think I have. No, I don't think I have. I think that is everything. I'm pretty proud of my office. I'm pleased that I built it, and I think I did a reasonably good job. Certainly the inside has never let me down. The outside hasn't let me down either, but I don't see that every day, so I check on it periodically. But ultimately, after working in here for the best part of 18, 19 months, I can honestly say I really enjoy working in here. So anyway, I will cover the desk and everything on it in another video. But for now, I hope that has been interesting. Hello, I am well aware that today's video has been really random and choppy, and to be honest with you, it's mainly just because I woke up really early and I've been really tired all day. I just haven't been able to get past it all day. In fact, I did very little real work today, which I'm ashamed to say. I used it as an opportunity to do admin instead. So I did some financial stuff, or like business financial stuff. I was looking for a hob, because if you saw the video, then you'll know that my hob's just broken. So I used it as an opportunity to do that. I looked up some Zigbee stuff for my home automation thing that I'm constantly working on, and it was all round a very non-productive kind of a day, but some days are like that, I guess. So yeah, I'm sorry it's not quite as interesting as previous days, but I'm hoping that you found the office kind of tour video part of this video interesting. And I'm hoping that normal service will resume tomorrow. The first thing I'm going to do tomorrow is get out for a walk, because I did basically no exercise, and today is the first day where I haven't completed, like, I think I might complete my stand ring, but that's it. No rings at all today otherwise, and I'm very ashamed about that. I just haven't got the energy to do it. I'm pretty wiped out, and yeah. So anyway, I'll leave you with that, but I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will speak to you again tomorrow. So, good night.